everyone, it's NonnaGrace and I'm from Western New York. Today I have a little stuff to tell you, but I don't have any extra video. And I said to Jim on the way up here, it might take 2 to 3 minutes to tell my information, but I'm not really sure how long this will be. It won't be very long, I'm sure. Well, anyways, I took my car. Actually, Jim was going to take it yesterday, but because the guys were working on the door, they had my car blocked, and my car needed to go to the garage because the check engine light came on. And these new cars, it tells you a lot of stuff that you don't even know is happening. And what it was is I brought a piece of paper in so I can tell you what happened, what they did. Actually, it's on this other page, I think. They had to replace the purge pump, which I had never heard of the purge pump before. But what they said is when you're filling your tank with gas and the gas pump clicks off, you're supposed to stop. Don't go any further. Don't try to bring it up to the next. Like if it stopped at 45 cents and you wanted to bring it up to the $1 to make it a full $1, you don't do that, or half or a penny, whatever it ends up at. You're supposed to keep it there, because what caused it to go bad was, he said, was overfilling your tank by pushing it a little bit more, which I told Jim that we don't want to do that anymore, and I will have to tell anybody that fills my tank that you don't do that. I also learned when I was at the...
What is the purge pump a part of?
I guess it's the gas tank.
No, actually it's the emissions, fuel vapor emissions part of that system to help keep the volatile gas fumes from getting out into the atmosphere.
Well, I had no idea. All I know is that you're not supposed to fill the tank past the click off at the gas station. They could tell me most anything and I wouldn't know. Maybe others know, but I wouldn't know.
That's the first time I'd ever heard of that.
Also, when I was at the this Jim doesn't know, but when I was at the motor vehicle office or the garage to get my car fixed, I sat down in a chair, and when I sat there, I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear a phone ring, and nobody's sitting next to me. And I looked, and I go, I don't have a phone. And right in my seat, right by me, was a phone, but I didn't even see the phone when I sat down. And I answered it, and it was a lady that was in Buffalo, and so she wanted me to leave the phone, or take the phone with me, and I says, no, I live even further than the garage. So she wanted to know how long they were going to be open, and they were going to be open till 6. So I got the name of the person that she should ask for and gave the phone to the lady, and the lady gave it to the guy that she should ask for. So that when the person comes to get the phone, they can get it. She said, you saved me from wondering where that phone was because of answering it. She says, she thanked me for answering it. I had no clue who it was when I was answering the phone. I said, in fact, I said, hello, I don't know who I am, or I don't know whose phone this is, but, and she goes, well, it's my daughter's phone, or somebody's phone. I think it was her daughter. But anyways, they're going to come and go and get the phone. So I sat at the motor vehicle, I keep saying motor vehicle. I sat at the garage for a couple of hours. They told me that I would have to wait because they were going to try to squeeze me in, because I just took the car down. I didn't call to make an appointment or anything. And I said, that's okay, I'll just sit here. And she said, you're going to sit there? And I said, yeah, I'll just sit and wait. So I sat and waited. They could have shuttled me home if I wanted to go home, but I thought, I'll just wait there. Because then I'd have to call Jim to come and get me, to bring me back maybe, or the shuttle would have to come back for me. And it was a fair distance that they would have been traveling. So I decided I would just sit there, and so I sat there. And the first time he came out, he came right to me. It was like, they know who I am, but they don't know who I am. I was probably the only lady there at the time. There was all men. And so he told me that the pump had gone bad and that they had one in stock and they were going to change it. So they changed it. So now my car is tip-top shape again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the other thing that I wanted to tell. Oh, I asked Jim to change the time on the chicken door.
Oh, I gotta do that.
Gotta do that, yeah. Because when I got up today at before 6:30. It was like 6 something, and it was daylight outside, but the door wasn't open, and I could hear the chickens in there making noise. So I thought, well, maybe they should get opened earlier. And I was waiting for the door to open, and it opened probably 20 after 6 is when it opened. I got 7 eggs today. Let's see. Oh. I watched videos today, and especially I watched one on border control. And some lady asked me how I chose or someone asked me in my comments, how I chose my videos. It's whatever comes to my mind that I feel like watching is how I choose. Or if I see something in my homepage on my iPad that looks interesting, I'll watch it. And so I watched that. It was very interesting about the border. Also, I watched Mr. McStache's little video that he was actually on the television.
It was the television called them up for an interview.
Right, and they did an interview on Strive.
Yep.
And Stride.
Strive.
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 On Strive. And I'm going to put the link for that video so you can go watch that video. In this one, I'll put it in the more section, and I'll put the link to that video so you can find it. I'll also link his channel so that you can find Mr. McStache. It was a really good article, actually.
Yeah.
And the newscast person tells the about it, and then Mr. and Mrs. or just Mr. McStache talks.
Yeah.
I think
just, yeah.
Yeah. His wife is on the bike also, but I don't think she says anything. I can't remember now. I watched it twice, but I can't remember. Well, I hope you all had a great day, and hopefully you check out this video. It was very interesting, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.